Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Vitruvian Meeple's production of the Powers That Be Acclaim the Sky campaign. I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple. Sorry for the unannounced hiatus. Life happens. That's all I'm going to say. But we've spent the last few weeks getting ready not only for this climactic battle at the end of the story, but for what we've got coming next. What is it? You'll have to stay tuned and see. But in the meantime, I'm here with Patrick, ECAT, Matt, Julie, and Ray as usual. We're here to play some CYPHER system superheroes. So Patrick, please take us back into the world of Excelsior.
Oh, when last we left our intrepid heroes, boy did things go wrong. You got to watch a strange ceremony where alien entities were ripped in half and put into soldiers and enemy soldiers alike. Massive drama erupted inside of the group as decisions were tried to be made and people deciding whether or not they want to follow what's right or what they think is right, and otherwise just say, oh, screw it, let's see what we can get away with. And then, of course, in the middle of this, Excelsior gets attacked. In the middle of Central Park, the party finally receives the warning and travels out to find a large brawl happening amongst several of the heroes of New York and the robot Automacon, formerly in a dormant state down in the Liberty League's headquarters in Washington, D.C., now alert and moving once again, being controlled by none other than XD, the entity that has been sweeping across parts of Europe. And in a very 80s TV reference, just before we finished last time, Jackdaw was driving the still somewhat invisible Humvee across Central Park with Black Ice sitting in the passenger seat, ramps up over a small hillock, heading straight towards the enemy.
Now,
and so let's get started.
Now, them Queen's Gambit boys were never much on the way of luck.
Looks like they've been in a heap of trouble now. Ice, you might want to jump.
I don't know about that.
No, really, you might want to jump.
Fine. I open the door and simultaneously drop my skateboard and drop onto it.
Excellent. I'm not going to have you roll for that because if you fail it, you're just going to become a bad stain on the road.
Thank you.
And that's not a heroic way to go.
No.
So Black Ice leaps out of the vehicle, drops the skateboard onto the sidewalk, and is now careening forward at a fairly ridiculous speed because the Humvee can travel across a fairly flat park at a very good clip. It's designed specifically for that sort of environment. And the vehicle arcs through the air. Its invisibility starts falling apart, so it becomes more and more visible as the paint on the outside starts to darken and then catches flame as it passes closer and closer to Automacon, who has some sort of energy field around it.
Good thing I've got a cipher for that, which I think is a good time to use the fireproofing.
Yes,
Wait,
Yes.
that would be correct.
Wait, no, I already put that on the van, didn't I? Or has it been more than a day since that happened?
Let's see. Just about a day, but the thing is that I think he wants to put the fireproofing on himself.
Ah, okay, got it. Can't help you with that one.
So
Yeah.
here's the big question: is Jackdaw wearing a seatbelt?
At this point, probably not.
Okay, so you've taken the seatbelt off. Are you opening the door?
I'm gonna try and time it so, a couple seconds before impact, he's bailing out.
Okay. I wanted to check if you're going to ride it all the way in, but once it leaves the ground, turning the wheel is not going to adjust its trajectory at all.
No.
And it's a fabulous thing that you were so good at math that you're able to figure out exactly how fast you needed to be going and hitting at what angle in order to achieve the appropriate targeting and land a shot with full Humvee against the opponent. Fortunately, also for you, Automacon is not facing you. Automacon is spending most of its attention towards Statesman, because Statesman, even though the two have been tangled up and Statesman is not looking very good for it, is still the top target as far as Automacon is concerned. So you are coming largely from behind.
They came from behind.
So, like, looking at the map, as you can see, basically you're kind of coming off from just behind to the left of Automacon from its perspective. So you leap up, you bail out at the last moment. And for the rest of the party, you see your one party member, who's not necessarily the sturdiest thing in all of creation, leaping out of a vehicle that is traveling a good 50 some miles an hour. Thus, he is traveling at some 50 some odd miles per hour, and now descending towards the ground at the same time, while the vehicle flies right into the back of the ridiculously heavily armored robot. So does anybody have an idea of perhaps trying to keep him from, getting crushed in the process of his landing?
Maybe.
Okay, that's
It's solid ice. It's not snow. So, dear GM, could I make an adaptation of my ice creation to try and create a pillow of snow for him to land on versus solid ice?
So you can do you can certainly try to make snow happen instead by doing a power stunt, or you can try to think of it the way that he would and create a ramp that kind of lands down and then turns or whatnot.
True.
Basically send him on the world's worst luge track without, a sled.
Okay, yeah. Or as I would see it, a skateboard ramp.
Yes.
Half pipe works.
Yep.
Okay. So I would
So what sort of shape are you going to go with?
I'm kind of thinking just one of those, if you're at a skate park, you have the bottom hill, the bowl, and it's like one of those ramping parts of the bowl. So
Yeah, it's
jump down
half
and
pipe.
yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So for him to land in kind of basically a giant ice slide is what I'm thinking.
All right. So, let's see. What's the difficulty? Let's call that a 4. It's, not unseeable that somebody could accomplish this.
Well, with my edge of 5, does that make it a guarantee?
No, remember, that's how many free points you get to spend to lower it. So that would
okay.
get you 2 levels of effort for free. And
That
then
drops it to a 2.
and then each level of effort beyond that is 2 more.
So how would I put that? Sorry.
So it's an intellect roll, Patrick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So bring up the end of
Do I,
bring
Yep.
up the roll screen.
so I ease it by for instead of F. Where am I looking?
No, effort
Sorry.
to ease task. You can start at 2, and that will still give you a total cost of 0 pool points.
Okay.
And then if you want to do more, you can do up to 5 because that's your effort score.
I'll ease it by 4.
Then now it's So now it's automatic. You don't have to roll. You can just pay the points and just have it done.
Okay. There you go. I paid my points.
All right.
So that
So
ow.
so Jack, you were watching you push yourself out of the vehicle and you're watching it fly right towards Automacon, and you really haven't put a whole lot of thought into what's going to happen to yourself in the next few seconds.
Eh,
You figure
Hey, he
you'll figure out the
fireproofed
right
himself.
you'll figure out the right way to tuck and roll. And the fireproofing comes very much in handy. You fly out and you fall backwards onto something fairly solid, although it's at an angle, so you just kind of slide along it. And then the explosion happens as the vehicle slams into the back of Automacon. All the gasoline immediately ignites inside of the power shield that it uses. And you see this ball of fire that you are immediately engulfed in. And fortunately, ice does not melt that quickly, because otherwise that might cause you a problem. And you find yourself sliding across a now wet, icy surface at approximately, give or take 50 miles an hour. You slide backwards along it, watching the fire disappear into smoke, and you see your friends and this stuff, and then you start sliding upwards, and you're watching everybody, and it gives you a great tactical view of the battlefield. And then you feel the ice that you're sliding up disappear as you are now traveling straight upwards. And I haven't quite done the math, but you'll go up, a few extra meters before you stop in midair and now get to reverse the process back down.
That's all right. Jack has done the math.
yes. I mean, ice has a bit of a friction coefficient. It's low, but
well, especially now it's wet ice. Wet ice is even lower than that.
Yes. Whee!
And the rest of you get to watch your friends and teammate fly up into the air as this huge explosion happens. And
Gen X
when
looks
the
up at
smoke
the
clears,
explosion and thinks, "Oh crap! I left my travel mug in there."
Your concern for my well-being is touching.
I mean, it was
in the
ancillary.
Hollywood version of this, the travel mug will crash onto the sidewalk after the battle.
Oh yeah.
Tink, 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 tink.
So when the smoke clears, you have noticed there's a wee bit of a crater where the explosion happened and the impact, and Automacon's defensive systems kicked in to try to defend itself. But it has been knocked down to one knee, so it has to right itself back up again. And it turns and looks and is watching without really reacting to anybody else around as Jack is flying up through the air, just perhaps in awe at the physics behind what is going on, which quite blessedly gives everybody a ability to get your free shot on as we enter combat.
I'm actually going to take an action and roll to get some of my intellect back, if that would count.
We can do that.
Thank you. Ooh. That still sucks.
Beats nothing.
So,
And as I had mentioned earlier, some battles are designed to be survived and others are to be won. So you have to decide on what you need to be doing. Okay, hang on a second here. Bill certainly has more than 3 health. There we go.
So are
All
we
right.
rolling for initiative or
Roll for initiative.
excellent.
difficulty or
Is it initiative based on the opponent's level
Yeah.
or just a general level for everyone?
And if there's opponents of multiple levels, then it's, you know, whatever score you beat or whatever level you hit, that's where you are in the order.
All right. Initiative is target 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Atomicon is a bad customer.
There we go. 7.
Okay, hold on. I have an ability for this. Oh, no, I'm going to need to use the other one, which is, where is it?
Mhm.
I know I took it.
Pardon me while I look to see what I can, pop into here to maybe possibly actually hit. Let's see.
Also, remember you can work your powers together.
Yep.
That's a popular thing in all the movies.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
I do not have anything that I can use to reroll just a straight up 1 except for an XP, so I will spend an XP. There we go.
Excellent.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. All told, I beat a difficulty of 10. Oh, and it's
Okay.
Look at that.
So for this first round, Atomicon will not go at their usual time. Because once again, it's just staring flabbergasted at what just happened. It doesn't get out much.
Okay.
not on your spreadsheet, is it there, Exa?
All right. So let's see. Let's see what I can do about this. So I am going to. Okay. So Atomicon is. I'm sorry. I was messing with Windows. I apologize both to you and to whatever audience we have. Quick setup of the combat field again. I apologize.
You are in the middle of Central Park on one of the fairly open areas.
Okay.
There is a burnt out circle around Atomicon. Actually, now it's a bit bigger because of the gasoline explosion that just happened at high temperature and high pressure because, well, its defensive systems counteracted inappropriately. So you all are in a circle outside of its immediate defensive perimeter. You don't know what happens necessarily when things get inside of it because you noticed that the truck exploded, but on the other hand, the truck ran into it.
Yeah.
And but on the other hand, Jackdaw seems not to have been damaged by whatever was happening.
And Jackdaw is currently going airborne, right?
Is currently airborne, yes.
Excellent. Is Jackdaw more than an immediate distance away from Atomicon?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I am going to move an immediate action and then use my action to I will do phase sprint with walk through walls and with invisible phasing and phase detonation, which when I use phase sprint, I can choose to specifically damage normal matter around you with a blast of transdimensional energy when you first go into or come out of phase, your choice. The detonation inflicts 4 points of damage that ignores armor to all creatures and objects within immediate range.
All right.
All right, so that is 4 for the phasing, 6 for the might, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do my Scratch Existence and Disrupting Touch just right there. I will run around a little bit between when I go invisible and when I do the first of those 2 attacks, so that Automacon essentially just presumably does not know where I am. So what am I rolling?
Target 7.
Target 7. Okay. So that's by 3 steps. Okay. Yeah, I will not do any effort on this one because it's Disrupting Touch difficulty 4. Okay, so I did spend points on this, which means I can use what is it? Darn it, where'd it go? Sorry guys. Physically Gifted. Oh no, I'm sorry, no, that's only if I roll a 1. Darn it. Sorry guys, I'm still getting used to my tier 5 abilities. I apologize for that. All right, I will miss that one then. And then that brings me back to phased, at which point I do the Scratch Existence. 7. Sure. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that is 8 points for the Scratch Existence and 4 points for the phase detonation for a total of 12, all of which ignores armor.
All right, meanwhile, they pull up the calculator app because it's going to be numbery today.
Yep.
Pardon me while I
Okay.
whip this out.
Paw.
Okay.
Its back is to you for what that's worth.
Oh, yeah, well, let's see. My attack's going to be eased because of one of my abilities, because he hasn't gone yet. He's unaware of my presence. So I am going to go with a tried and true, just leap up unarmed. Yeah. Basically jump at his back, feet first, so that I can actually, brace the impact. I doubt I'll be able to knock him off kilter, but I can certainly try.
All right. Roll it. Target 7.
Wait. Too many windows open.
How tall is Automacon?
Automacon is about 6 feet tall. It's not spectacularly big.
Okay. Quick question.
Yes.
That with the for the ambusher ability, it says when you attack a creature that has not yet attacked it during the first round of combat, your attack is eased. Do I put that in as an asset?
No, put that in under eased by. Down at the bottom.
Okay.
Additional modifiers.
$6 ease by 1. Okay,
Yep.
there it is.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to and a couple levels of effort. And let's see, 7 and hope for the best.
Nice.
I will take that. Let's see.
11 points of damage. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yes, I will. Yeah, I will definitely take that. Fortunately, it didn't pop off, you know. Oh, wait a second. It gets an extra 3 additional points of damage because of From the Shadows. So it's actually 14 points of damage.
All right. So you leap through the air. You land on top of it. And for the heck of it, because this will come up shortly, you kick off. So you land upon him, kick off to get back out of range because you do not want to get punched by this thing or shot by this thing for that matter. You've already seen it slice a hunk out of a building from
Yeah.
several hundred feet away. All right. And on Atomicon's turn, it's just looking up as I don't use spreadsheets. I'm a relational database system.
You're still Oracle based, and you didn't see that coming, did you?
Wow.
Very good. Excellent. Well played.
Give him an XP for that. Just give him an XP.
Yeah, you should get an XP for that. As a person who works in Oracle every day, I think that's delightful. Okay, so you are plummeting back down towards the ice ramp. Is there anything you'd like to try to do while you're just kind of hanging up in space?
Yep, I'm going to go into bullet time. So I am going to pop. Where is it? Rapid processing, which basically, overclocks mental acuity and physical reactions for about a minute. So all speed tasks, including defense rolls, are eased. And also I can take another action, which I'm going to do now, and toss the friction reducer CYPHER at Automacon's feet.
Okay. Since you're throwing it at the ground, we aren't going to worry much about the target for that because it's the dirt. You're going to hit it.
In more ways than one.
Let's see. Oh man, I gotta zoom in to do this. Which one's oh, that's not this. This is nope, that's not it. Oh, where did that go? There you go. What is a good status effect for this?
Now, what is it? The spread across an area up to 10 feet, 3 meters square. This makes things extremely slippery for 1 hour per CYPHER level, so 5 hours. Movement tasks in the area are hindered by 3 steps as he's doing the slippy.
I will call it slowed, as in slow to move around because, well, unless it's flying, it's not going to be able to walk very well. Okay, excellent. Next up, Black Ice.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is activate my shock attack CYPHER, which for 1 day gives me an additional 3 points of damage every time I attack.
Okay.
So I'm activating that because I have a feeling I'm going to need it for the rest of this night. And actually, because Automacon has not actually attacked our little band of miscreants, I'm not going to physically attack him beyond casting interruption on him. Wait a minute. Am I within short range or am I outside of range?
Actually, you're traveling quite quickly at this particular point, so you could be in short range if you want.
Okay. So yes, I'm going to.
Yeah. Well, so right now, being one segment away, you are short range away from Automacon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to come to a halt as I'm activating my cipher, and then cast interruption on him so that he can't do anything except defend himself for 1 round.
All right. Well, you get 2 rounds without getting smacked around by Automaton. Excellent.
That works.
Yep.
You know? So he's a difficulty of 7, you say?
Yes.
Okay. I am.
Unless that's the mental attack.
No, it just says a creature within short range from taking any actions for 1 round. It doesn't say how. So I kind of picture put him in let's say I put him in a little bit of ice so that he can't move for 1 round. But he can defend himself according to this.
That works. Okay. So it's, if it's a rolled skill, that's a target 7.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So his
what minor
joints,
effect is he like?
Nice.
his joints freeze for 1 round,
Okay.
causing him to
We
not
could
be
do
able
that.
to move.
We could do that.
Say for the minor effect, say his defenses are hindered.
Yeah.
I like that.
Excellent. So do we.
All right. Right, and then up next, Gene. Your crew has jumped into the fray of this. You are quite impressed. Like so far, people are flying around through the air. Several of your people might have had are flying around through the air, hitting it with everything that they've got.
Mm-hmm. Is there any shrapnel or debris nearby?
Oh boy, there is a whole shattered Humvee around you.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Right, because I had to dodge some of that. So I look around, and when I notice that Black Ice has frozen the joints, I look around and I see about a 3-foot length of what used to be the drive shaft. I grab it and I'm going to put energize object on it. And I also want to use my damage boost cipher. Now, does energize object take an action by itself?
Does it say action at the end of the description?
Action to initiate. Yep. Yes, it do.
Then yes, it do.
But fortunately, you don't have to worry about him trying to hit you for a little while. So you got that going for you.
Right. Now, what is its orientation with regards to my position? Because I would like to
below
I would
you.
like to maneuver around so that I'm I'm not in its immediate field of vision.
Okay, so as the current map is standing, it is still facing Statesman. So you are off to its left, but not so far as to not be in its peripheral vision. So you'd have to drift over like towards Calamity if you want to get outside of its range of vision. Assuming it has a, standard, human sensors, human style sensors for vision, it might be able to see a bit more than that. You're not certain how it operates.
Okay. So
it is a very weird robot from World War II-ish if not before.
Right. So I am going to then shift over to this side, probably about just as far away from Calamity on the other side as I was.
Okay.
And in a spur of the moment decision, as I run past Calamity, in my other free hand, I just smack her ass.
That's my boy.
The fact that she is wearing a nice pair of, oh shoot, names just slipped out of my head.
Chaps.
The leather riding things, chaps. Wearing a pair of chaps as well over her jeans. You get a really nice sound off of that. Excellent. All right. So, Bill, who hitched along with you guys when you were first racing over to see what the heck was going on. There he is. Bill does something that is kind of weird, strangely enough, for all of you. You hear in your heads Bill's voice. And he says something ridiculously encouraging. I know that Statesman's here, but you're the only ones who are going to beat this guy. So you better give him your all, or we're all freaking doomed. And from here on, all of you can take an asset during the combat.
Woohoo! Once or every round or what?
Every round.
Bill became our bard. Awesome.
Dang it, Bill! Why
Bill,
didn't you do that
no.
before?
Bill.
Bill.
All right. Calamity. Calamity's going to do something really, really unusual. She's going to pull out her pistols and try to shoot the shit out of Automacon.
Shocker.
I know, right? But there's nowhere to do any trick shooting around here. There's no light pole she can shoot to get it to fall over on it or anything. So she just shoots it right in the face repeatedly.
Does it have any effect?
Not a huge amount that you can tell, aside from it does hit. These are, some pretty decent firearms. But you happen to notice, since you're a student noticing things, it is fouling up the surface of the faceplate because it is leaving, the spent powder from that's still clinging to the bullets and shooting out of the firearms while it's shooting, and broken hunks of lead and stuff. So
the flare
might possibly be affecting its ability to see.
Is the flare shield down then, or is the
No,
lead
that is still up and running.
So the lead's just sublimating and essentially vaporized lead is just condensing
onto its face. Yes.
Okay. Condensing. Why can't I talk tonight? This is great.
We all have that problem.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
A little aphasia is good for the soul, I think.
Right.
Okay. And then next up, Statesman. Statesman gets to his feet, rolls his shoulders, stares down Automacon, and then starts forward, grabs Paw of Justice, and throws her at Automacon. Paw, make another attack on it.
Okay, then.
Furball special.
You will be dealing additional damage because you are being hurled at this fucking thing at ridiculous speed.
Well, I do loves me a good fastball special. I mean,
yes. It's he just threw a cat at its face.
Okay.
With expected results.
Okay, so
No
difficulty is still 7.
So actually, no, the difficulty is not going to be 7 because the difficulty to hit is Statesman's.
Okay.
So Statesman hits. Statesman's very good. So roll your damage for a successful attack, whichever of your attacks you're going to use.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out. Okay. So I don't actually have to roll to hit.
Correct.
No.
Okay,
Statesman
so
was rolling to hit. You were just the weapon.
okay, so we're starting with 11 points. I do have a question because okay, he knows I'm coming because I've already hit him. If I remember correctly, I think I had popped off earlier, and this lasts for a full day. Shock attack.
Yes, you did
That
that
should
last
still
session.
be in it. That should still be in effect.
I think so.
So that's an extra 2 points of damage. So 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage, less Statesman's damage. Okay, so you ding by Automacon. Smack right into him. And finally are able to successfully land just outside of its radius. And that takes us to the next round.
Woo! Okay.
Crash. It is getting, for that brief moment that you were not phased, it is getting very hot where you are.
Okay. Well, I can do something about that. Yeah.
You can see exactly how far this extends because the grass is completely vaporized in that area and the dirt is smoldering
Yeah.
because of all the organics still in it.
Some of it may be glassified at this point.
Is there any way that I can be within an immediate distance of Automacon but not Jackdaw?
Jackdaw will plummet into immediate distance during Jackdaw's turn. So
Excellent.
You're still good.
Okay, well then we're just we're gonna do the same dance as last time. We're gonna go phased and invisible with phase detonation. So that's 4 damage that increases that ignores armor. I'm actually also gonna pop my damage boost cipher for another 3. So that's a beginning of 7. I'm then going to I will pop both attacks here because I forgot that they get an asset for being ranged attacks in immediate range. So we'll go.
And your free asset for Bill.
Yep.
Encouraging you all by direct mental contact.
Okay, so you said beginning difficulty is 7?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because it's okay. And then used by 4. Oh. Okay, so that's another 9. That brings me from phased and invisible to phased, and then we're gonna do scratch existence. Yeah, that was disrupting touch. Scratch existence. That gets an asset for Bill. That gets another easement for short range or for immediate range. Difficulty 7. No, I'm not going to put any more effort into this. And I fail. That's fine. So that's still 16 damage. I'm sorry. That ignores armor. And then I'm going to get the hell out of here.
All right. Next up, Paw.
Okay. So I think I can do this and still jump into move, but I need to confirm. I want to pop the tissue generation cipher. It does not say anything about it taking an action.
Okay.
Okay. So do that. Then I'm going to take another. I'm going to take another running leap at Automacon, or however you pronounce it.
Hey, don't forget you have an asset.
Well then,
Whoa, there we go.
so let's see.
Would you like a major effect, or would you like four extra points of damage? I can think of a really handy
I'm a
major
simple
effect.
creature, so I'm going to go with the extra 4 points of damage.
All right.
And remember that because shock attack is still going, that is an extra, another 2 points of damage on top of that. So that's, let's see, 11, 15. That would be 17 points of damage as I said, again, leap, feet first, impact with, some, and grappling with, with the front paws to, try to knock him about a little bit.
Death from above.
Okay. Within its range. All right. Next up, Automacon. It seems to be a little staggered all of a sudden, much to its shock. And you see it do the thing where it starts tensing all of its limbs, and the ice that's building up around them is starting to break, which will take conveniently until next round. So, Jack.
Okay, well,
I would like to offer Jack an intrusion.
Okay.
Let's see. We'll select Jack correctly. There we go. Propose intrusion.
All right. Do I take it?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
So, Jack, you hit the slide again. You start descending, and then suddenly the math of things hits you. You were about to hit, while falling downwards, a near zero coefficient of friction. So you are going to be traveling at a fantastically delightful speed straight down, and what would otherwise be right alongside Automacon, unfortunately, there's a little breeze in the air that has pushed you sideways, let's say about a yard. So you're going to slam into Automacon. So,
Okay.
to your benefit, you will be able to do unarmed damage to it. You will also do that same unarmed damage to yourself as you smack into what is ostensibly a metal person. So, how much damage do you do with your mitts when you hit somebody?
2 points.
Okay, excellent. So take yourself a couple points of damage, and it will take you a couple points of damage.
I've got armor, so it's 1 point.
There you go.
Excellent.
And it's
That
gladly
lands you
taken.
right at Automacon's feet. You're just looking up and like, Oh shit.
All right. So I lose the action. Is
If you want to, like, if you have a pistol in your hand or whatnot, you can try shooting.
no, I was going to use my take command ability and in Ray's heads up display, a reticule appears on Automacon's basically the back of the neck, sort of where C1, C2 is.
Yeah.
And just hears over comms, knock him down. And Push It from Salt and Pepper starts playing on everybody's. So basically what that does is I issue a specific command to another character. If that character chooses to listen, any attack they attempt on the next turn is eased and deals 3 points of additional damage. If your command is to perform another attack, something else than attack, the task is eased. So, not that the second half of that is pertinent.
Fortunately, being right up in Automacon's grill is giving you an excellent perspective on, its construction, because it's just right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, black ice.
Okay.
2 of your friends are now right up in Automacon's grill. In fact, you do happen to notice things are getting kind of toasty in there for them too.
Right. I'm actually sorry, guys, but I'm only down to 6 points of intellect. So I'm going to kind of back off for a minute because I heard what Jack told Jean. I'm assuming because it was against all our comms, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to back off and actually do another roll of
recovery.
Yeah. So gotta find.
It's under combat.
Thank you. There it is. Okay.
So that's a 10-minute roll.
That's all. I already used my one action.
Unless
you
you
don't want to take 10 minutes. That's the entirety of combat.
I don't have any other way to keep.
I believe with your
really, because I'm only down to 6 intellect.
I believe with your
actually,
with your edge, you should be able just to do a regular attack.
Okay, then I will do an onslaught. I can do that, I think. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. I will do an onslaught. Physical, try to shoot a couple daggers of ice. Nice keen stiletto type.
There you go.
All right.
At a point of open arm, where like a joint or something.
Right, target 7, and you have 1 asset.
Is that okay?
Damn.
Nice.
Add to that 3 points of damage. Hold on a second because of my CYPHER. So he's what the hell? What the hell is going on here? Why is it telling me to? Okay. So yeah. That was me.
All right. And next up, Gen X.
All right. So Black Ice has moved out of the way. And Jackdaw is at Automacon's feet.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got this energized drive shaft here. Oh, and I over the comms, I announced to specifically to Jackdaw and Paw y'all are going to want to make like Autobots and roll out. And I will, oh, there it is. Hurl this energized drive shaft using the damage boost CYPHER at Atomicon's neck.
All right. So that is target 7. It is eased because of Jackdaw's ability, and you have an asset from Bill's ability.
So is that, do I roll release energy with energy
Yeah.
absorbed? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Task
And-
ease taken. Add an asset. Asset 1. Base difficulty is still 7.
Yep.
Yes. Actually, is it release energy or is it the second half of charge object?
Well, it's the energized object is focusing my absorb
Yeah.
kinetic energy ability.
So okay, yeah. So this would not be release energy. I'm sorry. You said you're throwing it.
Yes.
Okay, so that would be just a regular ranged weapon attack,
Okay.
which would be speed based. I'm assuming Patrick, was the drive shaft count as a medium? Medium
I
weapon.
think a drive shaft is a large weapon.
Okay, so then that starts with you are not practiced with heavy weapons, as I recall.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Well, then he would have picked a small enough hunk of drive shaft that it would be within his
Okay.
ability to attack with it.
So unarmed light weapon eased.
Yeah, because all you have is all you can use without penalty is light.
Okay.
Okay. And light weapon improves the target as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's already eased by, well, improved by 3.
Yeah.
So
And
Okay.
then that'll be a base of 2 damage plus the 3 from.
Now hold on. I gotta wait. Cancel. There we go. All right. Attack unarmed. Task ease. Base difficulty 7. 1 asset. And
Eased by 2.
we're putting 2 effort in.
Eased by 2. So 1 asset and eased by 2.
Okay. And then I'm
Okay.
adding an extra 2 levels of effort.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Yay.
Boom.
nice. Boom.
So that's 6 points of damage, counting the extra 3 from energized object.
And then
With
an additional 3 from
Oh yes,
take command.
yes.
So
Nine.
that's
And
9.
is that
And
including the damage boost cipher?
Oh no, what level's your
How-
what level?
It's a level 3 damage boost cipher.
So 12 damage.
All right.
All of a sudden, that drive shaft got badass.
well, it's traveling at a Mach 10 at this point. So
Yep. Okay. Next up is Bill. So Bill is going to do something what one would call desperate because, well, it's desperate circumstances, and he is going to channel his good friend, the Mind Hive. So there are, of course, people in the park watching what's going on. And those of you paying attention get to see something delightfully unnerving as a group of them are possessed by a psychic entity. So a bunch of them just kind of stop watching, start floating up in the air, and their eyes start glowing. And they start slowly floating towards the group.
I'm having some control flashbacks now.
Yes. And
Do they have a little rainbow sheen?
so the Mind Hive checks all of you guys out, watching what's going on, as it is they are kind of drifting into a pattern to kind of encircle the combat. So for their action, everybody take 1 point back. So just drop it into whatever pool you would prefer.
Nice.
Thank you.
Because Mind Hive is channeling their friend Shift.
So we get 1 point back now.
Yes.
All right.
It is the special ability that Scions have, which is to channel each other's abilities through themselves because, well, they're psychic. They can do that.
I need to take 5 points off of my intellect for the effort. I don't see something to click to automatically do it. Okay.
Well, 4 times if you want to keep one of them.
There we go. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Calamity is up next. And not being one to mess with things that, are working, she once again continues to fire at its head. And of course, because she's good at what she does, she hits. And once again, the bullets are starting to melt on contact. There's just bad things happening on the surface of Automacon from that. And then last, Statesman. Statesman, thanks to you guys, making life slightly difficult for Automacon, is able to kind of get his wits together a bit more. And then in a very fast flash, leaps up into the air right next to Automacon and punches it. And due to the wonderfully slick surface, knocks Automacon over, poof, onto its ass.
And apparently teabags him.
That is exactly the type of thing that jackass would do. Why do you think he wears such a tight outfit?
Yep.
Makes it easy.
Victory crouch. Victory crouch.
Okay. Up next, Crash.
Nice.
All right. Okay. And next up, Paw.
I'm just gonna let tissue regeneration do its thing, which will heal my because my other my might and speed pools are fine. I'm gonna let to get my intellect pool back up just in case he decides to try to do something brain wise.
Are you going to try to get out of its immediate range?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be like right up at his grill.
Now, even though the ground is ridiculously slick, you have the wonderful benefit of it's right in front of you, kind of lying down. So you just kind of leap off of it. Do a nice backflip.
Yeah.
And land out of range. Okay.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Automacon gets back up onto its feet. It is having some difficulty because, well, the ground is slippery as all heck.
And
But while it gets up,
it's now giving Statesman a piggyback ride.
While it gets up, it returns the favor to Statesman with a devastatingly glorious uppercut. Just rises up, catches him right under the jaw. There is a flash of light when he does it. Statesman goes flying off mostly just upward. At which point, then his own flight abilities start catching on and slows him down. He looks heavily dazed. He's just not having a good day. So, Jackdaw, it is getting very, very hot where you are. So, as part of your thing, you may want to move out of immediate range if you can, either before or after your action, because your coat is starting to smolder.
Well, the coat's fireproof right now, so
Oh, indeed it is. But your ammo's starting to get hot. Actually, the good thing is this is not affecting you as badly as it would the others, so you could probably hang out here for a little longer.
yeah. But if I can take an action and move, that's
You are within reach of the thing. That just
Okay.
punched a superhero like almost not. That would have knocked his head off if it was a person.
So I'm going to pull out the alien gun as it does its weird, not quite Euclidean origami thing and unfolds. And I'm going to shoot Autonomcon in the physace.
All right. So once again, that'll be target 7, and you have 1 asset.
And it's also eased because you're firing a ranged weapon at point blank range.
Right.
Yes.
So bad player, I didn't write all of the things down. It hits like a heavy weapon, but it's a medium, right? Or is it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's not. I need
It doesn't
to,
have it doesn't have the 2 hit penalty, but it does the extra damage.
Okay. So
And other weird alien things periodically.
And
okay. So I've got an asset. It's eased by 3, actually. Base difficulty is still 7.
Yes.
And effort to... I've got the speed point, so going to put a level of effort into difficulty and 1 in extra damage. And let's see how we do.
Yeah.
All right. And don't forget to roll your 20 to see if the thing just spontaneously breaks, or actually just runs out of charges in this case.
Yep. Nope, we're good.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
that does 10 points, or 12, actually. Yeah, nice.
excellent.
Okay, and you kick off of Automacon because, once again, you understand how things like slippery surfaces operate and slide out of its range.
Yep.
Because, once again, you do
Whee!
not want that thing grabbing you.
Nope. That is a hell to the nah.
All right. Ice.
Okay. So what I would like to do, since I'm actually still on my skateboard, is to skate towards him, past him, and as I go past him, touch him with frost touch and keep going.
Interestingly,
Going up. Don't touch you.
Interestingly, due to the fact that the surface on which he's standing is itself turning to glass and has been thoroughly lubricated by Jackdaw, continuing past him will not be the problem. So you just need to be able to smack it on your way through.
Okay. So
And it's still up and follow through from the first punch. So, its fist is raised up into the air.
yep. So that totally the little kid whoop, and keep going kind of thing.
Now it's your turn to smack
I'm
him
not
on the ass.
touching you.
Oh, I'm gonna touch him. Just
And not in a good way.
Okay, and that's an initial 3 points of damage. So 9 points total.
All right. And that's including the shock?
That's with the shock, yes.
Okay.
And I figure I have now then slid this way.
Yep. You want to be outside of that inner ring.
Okay. Well, then I'll come over here
Check you
by.
up there.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Next up, Gen X.
I simply call out copycat. All right. So I am in short range. Do. Okay. Then I liked what I did before, so I am going to pick up another piece of a smaller piece of shrapnel and apply energize object to it.
All right. So up next is Bill and the channeled mind hive. So everybody, once again, take 1 point back. A few more people have added into the group that are surrounding. There are currently 9 of them who are creating a circle around the environment. They're all just kind of hovering, looking really, really creepy, all glowy and stuff. But from best you can tell, these people are not scions. They all have things, like hair. So this is kind of weird. And Bill himself is not in a glowy state or anything. So what he's actually up to, you're not quite sure the mechanics behind this. But nonetheless, you're getting some healing, which is a good thing. All right, then Calamity goes. So Calamity holsters her weapons, pulls out a rifle, cocks it, and then waits. She's kind of holding on what Gen X is doing. All right, then Statesman. Statesman gathers himself from above, not very happy about the fact that he just got sent once again, punched, clean across to somewhere else. And using his very advanced thinking in that wonderful brain of his that has been rattled and, was barely 2 flies floating around in a jar that only have a thought when they happen to encounter each other, and flies back down and drops a devastating flying elbow onto the head of Automacon, driving it down to its knees into the dirt with the amount of force that he hits. And then something kind of weird happens. I know this is kind of
This is when something kind of weird happens.
You hear a delightfully loud noise as Sentinel falls from the sky, boom, and hits the ground.
Oh, goody.
He does not immediately get up and move.
Wait, did he land or did he fall?
Fell.
Oh.
Just whap, right on his back on the ground, just left like into an indentation on the ground.
That's what happens.
Thanks for
You're not
dropping
quite
in.
sure where you're not quite sure where he came from because you didn't see him. So he was traveling at a really good clip.
All
right, Crash.
Oh no. I might have to injure some people. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? Okay, so Automacon, can we still see him, or is he now completely underground?
No, he's just down to his knees.
Oh, okay.
So just got pushed in about a foot.
How is he looking, by the way, as far as like, is he looking kind of rough? Is he give us an
Definitely
idea of
looking kind of rough. As far as, possibly alien robots go, you get the feeling that it is not working as well as it was at the beginning of the fight. Like when you were first coming in and it was taking everyone on, it was just, unstoppable. It was taking everybody out, who are all off to the side now trying to recuperate, get back into the fight at some point. But now it is moving much more slowly and it seems kind of unsteady. And its limbs don't seem to, a couple of them don't seem to be quite moving to their full extent anymore.
okay.
Patrick, how much do we know about Automacon? Specifically, as it is a humanoid robot, is its CPU in its head?
Nobody knows. People tried to figure out where the CPU was in some attempt to detect if it was actually operating still or not. So it's not really known where its center of intelligence is or where its power source is.
Well, let's hope it's not from the knees down. All right. Yeah. We're going to try. We're gonna do the Shadowcat Zap. We're gonna go phased, and then we're going to run through Automacon. If I can grab hold in my phased state of any of his electronics, kind of like I did with the atomic wedgie, I would like to do that and pull them out with me. Or if not, I'm just going to hope that, because I read this in a comic book somewhere, if you phase through something electrical, it does bad things.
All right, give it a whirl.
Okay. So what is this? What am I rolling?
So this will be speed attack, target 7, and you're going to try to just grab onto something on the way through and see what happens.
It's a melee attack. Couldn't it be might instead of speed?
Sure.
Excellent. That's much better. Okay, so might attack. Okay, so I'm just doing. Okay. Okay, so this is not using a Shreds the Walls of the World attack, so I wouldn't get the bonus from invisible phasing. So instead, we're just going to do phase sprint. So that's 7. Okay, so now I am phased. Sorry about this, guys. And then we're just going to do a might attack, difficulty 7. Yep. Oh, what the hell? No, you know what? I've got 3 1-action recovery rolls. We're gonna put 5 levels of effort into this.
All right.
I still have eased by 1 from Bill, right?
Yes, you do.
Do I get any assets or anything from the fact that it's basically immobile?
Oh no. Bill gives you an asset for gives you an asset instead of easing.
Okay.
And yes, you can take it's not moving anywhere because, well, it's currently kind of impaled into the ground. So take a second asset on that.
All right, then I'll bring it. Then I'll break it down to 4 levels of effort because that'll make it a difficulty 1.
Excellent.
There you go.
Okay, let's see. First of all,
And now, I'm gonna run straight through. And
right through.
Yep.
here. Now,
I'm gonna just keep blowing through if I can.
oh,
no, okay. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
oh, if
My bad.
only somebody had a cool button that he could press in order to make things happen. How about an intrusion crash?
Oh, sure.
Nobody saw that one coming.
Nope. Give it to Gen X.
So you run by. Where into it are you going to try to reach? Into its head or its chest?
So my plan is to actually run straight through him and basically, put my arms down like a really bad baseball catcher as I'm running through, and just anything I can scoop up and bring with me, I'm gonna do.
Okay. So as you're passing through it,
Okay.
the weirdest thing happens, as always.
I highly
See,
doubt
you
that's
don't
really
come
bad.
out. You don't come out the other side of Automacon.
Okay.
You kind of stop once you get a grip on it on the inside, and your vision, what you're seeing around you normally disappears, and now you're looking at the world from a really weird perspective,
Gen
which
X's?
is down from outer space. You're watching the combat happen as though you are zoomed in from a satellite, which is exactly where you are right now.
Okay.
And you hear the voice of XD inside of your head or whatnot with a, what are you doing here?
Now, I'm sorry. I apologize. Exidy is
The evil computer program that is taking over Europe and currently
right.
running
Okay.
Automacon.
Yes, thank you.
So you have slipped into its communications array and are now talking back with the home satellite.
What am I doing here? Fucking your shit up.
Were you invisible while you were running
No.
through?
No.
Okay, so the rest of you get to see just something absolutely delightful is you see your good friend run straight at it, just as that blur of, and then doesn't come out the other side, just disappears off the battle map.
Okay, at least let me derez like I'm in Tron.
Let's toggle your visibility state. So you're just boop, and start off the edge of the map. Okay, so Statesman and Automacon are there. Your friend is just running to the inside of Automacon. The best you know is still inside. That's just kind of weird. The robot itself seems to be acting funny now. Like it's kind of fighting itself. One arm's like getting ready to hit Statesman, and then the other arm grabs it.
Okay, I have a question. How, because I can't actually tell, obviously, from the icon on the map, how big is Automacon?
Automacon is person shaped. They're like a very thick 6 foot tall person.
Okay, so not
So it's
like,
not
oh my god,
spectacularly
huge.
large.
So still within person size.
Yes.
Yes, before tonight I thought he was mecha sized by
Same.
Okay.
So
let's
you're
see.
not alone, Julie. I thought this was going to be a kaiju fight, but
Okay. I want to try to use one of the power stunts I had come up with way back when.
Okay.
Or I will jump back at him. Actually, start to jump at him and use my goat ability to get his attention so I can grab him, use bash to subdue him, and then throw him. And in this case, it would be I would throw him towards Sentinel.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that you want me to roll for each thing successively.
Yes.
Okay. And we said, and we're getting an asset from Bill.
Yes.
Oh, and I failed.
Oh, you can still try the bash attack.
Okay, yes, I will.
For some reason, Exa is not paying attention to you. Like it's distracted by something else.
I know.
Yes, pretty much. Okay.
Fuckba, I'm shiny.
I had a bash attack that at one point that that I'm not finding on my character sheet.
Should be under combat.
That's what I'm looking at. I've got
It's
advantage.
under abilities then.
Yeah, no, I'm looking and it's something I had, and I'm not quite sure how the hell. Oh, I think my notes was it was a City Heroes reference to the bash ability in
Okay.
City Heroes.
Yeah, got it.
That's okay. Because I have not used this one in a while. So
Yeah.
I will.
You got swipe.
Yeah.
Because you're speed based.
Yes. Okay, so I will do the swipe attack. There we go. And use that to give him a good chuck. Let's see. That was 2 extra points, so that should be 9 points plus possible impact for trying to chuck him towards Sentinel.
Okay. Indeed, it's pitched over there and out there. Let's call it distracted. That's close enough. All right. So Automacon now is fighting with itself. There's something going wrong inside of it, and which is, probably good for you guys. Doesn't mean it can't still attack. So it fires out kind of wildly with its beam attack. And let's see. Because that does, and I cannot underline this enough, absolutely ridiculous damage. And I'm not going to have you guys try to dodge that. So it fires at still trying to get its statesman, which once again, it's fixated on it being the particularly big damage there, which is correct. Statesman, given time, could probably pull its limbs off. So it tries to fire at him, misses, shoots upward, and in the process, Crash, looking through the scope that in the satellite that you are occupying along with XD, you see a lance of light beaming up towards you and hits part of the satellite. Quite unfortunately, takes out part of its charging array, and the satellite kelters a little bit. So you see the camera compensating as it's trying to stay focused on what's happening.
Okay. What is there any kind of reaction from Exity that I can perceive?
You hear the weirdest thing. It is error messages. flying past you in ridiculous speed. But you notice that they're error messages because you're hearing them. You hear like, Aura-64812, except you hear it in red. You're kind of getting that weird thing where you're, seeing and hearing things in colors.
Synesthesia, baby, gotta love it.
Weird things are happening inside of it. Although you also notice something, there's kind of a dark dot in the view as you're looking down, and you're not quite sure what that is because it's not focused on that. It's focused on something further down. So it's a touch fuzzy. Oh, Jack.
Yes, sir.
The robot is having difficulty. It has now been veritably suplexed near to where Sentinel is, and Sentinel is starting to move a little bit. Like you see the finger actuators starting to fire off on the suit, so it hopefully not dead. Automacon is prone-ish, trying to stand back up, and so you've got a fairly good shot on it.
Okay, well,
unless you want to do something clever.
Last turn, so I shot him. The recoil slid me back out of range, so I'm still aiming at him on my back, slide to a halt. Is the faceplate visible from my angle?
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay,
and
so
the faceplate's not looking good at this particular point in time.
all right, so I'll do a cold shot on that. Just everything slows down, focus on that one point. So that raises the difficulty by 1, is that, or 2 steps?
Yeah, the rules about called shots in CYPHER are kind of weird. I would just kind of, honestly, Patrick, if I were you, I would just, when in doubt, roll and shout, make it. How hard a shot do you think it is?
I think it'll be fairly much the same, just for dramatic effect, since you are, once again, you're kind of like, on your butt, sliding back, holding up the rifle, probably balancing it a bit on your knee just to steady it, and you're just waiting for it to turn at just the right moment, which of course happens because, once again, this is about heroes and not about schlubs.
Yep. So
take a regular shot and see if you can, target 7, 1 asset still.
I'm seeing like the Hitchcock zoom going on here.
Yeah, basically. Speed. All right, so I'm going to dump 2 levels of effort into easing the difficulty. Oh, right. It's actually eased by 2 because that's going. No, no. I'm being stupid. And we'll throw a level of effort into extra damage because why not?
This is an excellent time to put extra damage into something.
Ooh.
Apparently, it's a building across the street from Central.
I mean, you can spend an XP to reroll.
Can. Sure. I've got 1 to spare, so
there we go.
There we go.
Eight, 11. Very nice. Okay. Black Ice. You see that Jackdaw's sliding back, takes a second shot with his rifle, gets a spectacularly daring shot, smacks it right in the faceplate, and its head snaps back. it has not reacted like that to a hit yet. So something is going wrong with its ability to, balance itself or absorb damage or whatever is happening.
Okay. Well, I want to first do my movement to get closer. So I would like to move over here so I can actually see the guy, because right now Statesman was in my freaking way.
Oh, like you worry about hitting Statesman. Come on.
But that means he will get in the way of just damaging this thing.
That's true.
So
So
I'm
he's
going to
Sorry.
do another onslaught of just shooting ice shards at this guy. But I'm also going to activate my damage boost cipher, which adds on top of everything an additional 6 points of damage. So I have 9 points of damage on top of the normal. So, oh, I am definitely going to re-roll that. Okay,
Oof.
never mind.
You can keep going if you have more XP.
I have one more. I can do one more.
Or, I mean, we can throw
There we
XP at
go.
you as well.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Yes.
Damn.
Worth it.
Which means hit
So,
the coins and you'll get your
13.
points back.
13 points of damage on top of that. So 14 plus 13, that's 27 points of freaking damage.
Booyah!
Aiming right at the neck point with hopes of decapitating the asshole.
All right.
Nice.
So, Gene, it all comes down to you. You have your charged item. It has been hit in the face and then right in the neck afterwards. You think you're pretty sure you're about this close to defeating the damn thing. Can you hit it?
No pressure at all
Ray, you're muted.
whatsoever.
Because the item I grabbed was the steering wheel. And I've got it.
Chakram. Xena Chakram style.
Yes.
Xena Chakram style.
I walk in that, slightly worn, almost slow motion, ching, ching, ching. And you see the distance gradually closing. Atomicon's head barely, trying to stay. And I've got it energized. And I take aim. I lean in. And I mutter under my breath right before I release. It almost pains me to do this. And just send it flying. I'm within 10 feet.
All right. Give it a roll.
An armored asset. 7.
And add to that, ease it by 1. The reason for which will become apparent shortly.
Okay. Applied level 2. Where do I do the easing?
Down at the bottom,
Based
you'll see additional modifiers.
Oh, ease by.
Yeah.
Okay. It says 1 already.
Then make it 2.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Two more levels of effort.
There you go.
Three levels of effort. Here we go.
Make it happen, baby. Good thing.
Yes.
Pill of success.
Hey,
I reduced.
As you swing it, just before it's about to make contact, you hear a loud crack coming from behind you as Calamity shoots the steering wheel as you're swinging it, adding the bullet's kinetic energy to it. You whack the thing right in the head, and you swear you hear the Windows reboot sound. As it stops and then teeters off to the side. And you have time to take a good breath, like, all right. When lands right next to you, actually right around you guys, a gigantic robot. You have seen this thing many, many times. It has a large hole in its chest that Automacon put there back during the war when it was invading New York. The mighty Reich Donner lands amongst you with its giant belted machine guns on its arms, rockets and missiles and other things that at some point apparently it had a chance to reload itself before heading out to combat. Boom, lands right next to Sentinel. Almost lands on Sentinel, but he manages to fire off his rockets and roll himself out of the way. Just kind of flops out of the combat circle and doesn't move a whole lot more. Almost lands on top of Automacon, but yeah, that wasn't his target. This thing is easily a good 30 feet tall, large, just bristling, ready to do combat with you guys anew. Fortunately, you have some allies nearby. So the circle of scions all start glowing a lot brighter. And then a distortion forms around the giant robot. And all of you who are close enough get the idea that maybe you should get the heck away from whatever's about to happen. And then inside of this, it seems that just time comes to a stop around the giant robot. As they're all standing there staring at it rather intently, there's this weird crackling, buzzing sound in the air surrounding from the group of them that circled the perimeter of the battlefield. And Bill turns and looks to you guys, says, you have to figure out how to fix that now. Go. We'll keep it steady. And you're all standing there like, what?
What?
No, now.
Do what now?
We need more firepower now.
Oh. Is that all?
But it's interesting, like inside of the sphere, like all the dust and stuff that was kicked up by it landing is just hanging there in the air where it's settling outside of the sphere.
I call over to Jack.
Round 2. Fight.
Jack, did you manage to pick up any more big booms when you went out shopping?
Just the one, really. But I have an idea.
Someone does.
So, aside, it's 6 of 10. Do we want to end it on a cliffhanger or keep going?
Actually, we can end it on a cliffhanger if you'd like. That'll give you guys some time to think about what you might want to do.
Well, many of us have to get up early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that sounds good.
Okay.
So we can end this tonight. Now the mighty Reich Donner is back up in action and looking to kick your ass after apparently already beating up the Sentinel. And the other 4 of the Liberty League are nowhere to be seen. So
Oh,
who
great.
knows what it already has done.
So giant Nazi robot.
Yes.
I mean, really, if you want a good excuse to beat something up, giant Nazi robots are just pretty much the top of the list. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was issue 30 of The Powers That Be. Round 1, fight! I have no concept of what the title for issue 31 might be. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, come back and do our after show, which will go up on YouTube tomorrow night. Again, this story is coming to a close, but the Vitruvian Meeple is not done yet. Like I said, we're going to be coming back after this with what I think is going to be some more really good stories. But in the meantime, for Patrick, ECAT, Matt, Julie, and Ray, I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple. Hang on tight. It's about to get worse.